Okay, what's up, everybody? Good morning. Welcome to a Hump Day edition of Morning Scone presented by Brock, the Baton Rouge Orthopedic Clinic, Parish Construction and Roofing. Need an orthopedist? You get Brock. Need a roof? You call the winner of the best roofing company, the best of Baton Rouge, Parish Construction and Roofing. Unique physique, unique aesthetics and wellness, restored motions, restoredmotions.com, Bocock Brothers Premium Cigars, code MAT15, MAT15, MAT15 for 15% off your order. All right, good morning, y'all. Thanks for hanging out with us here. We appreciate you for being here this morning. Baseball Tigers got it done. They beat Oklahoma 6-2. Curiel, really nice offensive day. 3 for his first 4, got LSU started. Milam, a late 2-run homer to give LSU a 6-2 lead. That would be the final margin. And how about it? William Schmidt scratched about half an hour before first pitch. And so Fontenot got the start, got you off to a good start. Gavin Guidry was awesome. And then Devin Sheeran finished it with the final 3 1/3. It is really disappointing about Schmidt. And then you also lost Omar Serna during the game. And the word is out of Hoover that that neither Schmidt or Serna are expected to participate in the rest of the SEC tournament. So Schmidt's back, tightened up before the game. Jay said he was walking funny. And so he's like, we're not doing this. The quote is, he said his back tightened up, was walking funny. It's just like, we're not doing this. And I don't anticipate him being available in the tournament. But I talked to Isaac Trujillo, who said, we'll get a little more info tomorrow, get him fixed or figure out whatever we need to do. Now, Serna slid into home plate and got his hand stepped on. So if you were watching, he slid and the catcher Spike stepped right on Serna's hand. So Jay said afterwards it was really bloody, probably needed stitches, all that stuff. So Serna, that was his right hand. So Serna unlikely to participate the rest of the tournament either, which is a major blow. So that's really disappointing. But the Tigers win, so they'll take on Auburn tonight. Again, scheduled first pitch is 8:00. That's unlikely to happen, as we know. So we'll see if the Tigers can extend another day. Auburn is throwing their ace. He'll be on a limited pitch count. Jake Marciano goes tonight for Auburn. He's been awesome this year. I'll give you his line real quick. He's a lefty. He's a 6'2" lefty who transferred to Auburn from Virginia Tech. On the season, he has a 2.74 ERA. 96 strikeouts in 75 2/3 innings pitched and just 16 walks. So he is a really good lefty. All right. And then Will Wade is causing all of college basketball to melt. I did Locked On this. If you want to check it out, would highly recommend. RJ Lewis is really at the core of the issue. He's kind of in the same boat as Charles Bediako was this past basketball season. Was the Big East Player of the Year at St. John's, went to the NBA draft, went undrafted, signed a 2-way contract, hasn't played in the G League, but now wants to come back to college. And it looks like he's destined to go to court to try to regain eligibility, which I am adamantly opposed to. If the NCAA changes the rule and grants the 5 for 5 and grandfathers in players like Lewis, okay. If LSU is going to go to court to try to win an injunction like Alabama tried to do with Charles Bediako, I'm not okay with that. Maybe you feel differently. But I think once you give up your college eligibility and turn pro, you give up your college eligibility. You're done. All right, let's say some good mornings. Please smash the like button, subscribe to the channel, Facebook, like the page, share the post. Hey, Tiger Poppy, good morning. Thomas, good morning. Hey, Dad, good morning. Mike, good morning. Happy hump day. Braden, good morning. Go Tigers. Patrick, yes, indeed. Happy hump day. Have a great day. Falcon with a hat. Bobby, Craig, Patrick. Hope Serna's hand will be okay. I will say he's pretty darn fast for a catcher. Serna's a unit, man. He, he's been a real force in the lineup, but it's just another knock in what's been a brutal injury year for LSU. I'm not saying you blame injuries for everything that's happened, but man, Schmidt getting scratched. You don't have Cooper Moore for 8 SEC weekends. I mean, that's 8 SEC starts Cooper Moore didn't make. Evans basically misses the last month. Stanfield misses half the year. Jake Brown misses second half of conference play. I mean, two things can be true at the same time. You can have had a brutal team and missed on brutal year, missed on transfer guys, and some guys didn't elevate, and injuries could have been crushing. If you're healthy this year, you're a tournament team. I'm not saying you're going on a run or anything, but can you win 4 more SEC games? Yeah, I think so. Hey, Adam, good morning. Nice win for LSU and Hoover. Have a wonderful day. Thanks, you too. Survivor's remorse. Will Wade must be paying $5 million in pesos. No way that number is right. Yeah, so I talked about it. Again, I think one thing that's important to remember, and I don't know if y'all saw this, but Ross Dellinger has a really, really extensive piece over at Yahoo where he talks about the CSC, which is the Collegiate Sports Commission, right? That's the independent third-party group where all the NIL deals have to go to get approved. And there's like $150 million in deals still waiting on approval that haven't been approved. So remember, you can't get a school athletic department cannot guarantee NIL to a student athlete in recruiting because you can't guarantee what someone is going to pay in a marketing deal, right? That is true as form. What some schools do is say, we think you are worth X, and we're confident based on our booster supporters that we can get you deals worth, help you get deals worth X, right? But you can't contractually put it on paper to say, here, this is what we're paying you. You can do that for revenue share. However, you're not giving $5 million in revenue share to one basketball player. So when you have $20 million to spread across the entire athletic department, and football is getting roughly $15 million of that, right? So that just doesn't make the math don't math, Anyway, no, I do not think the numbers are correct unless if, and I don't even think those are real. Those are realistic NIL numbers either. LSU spent about $9 million on this year's basketball roster. I don't know how you go from 9 to 25 million. You know what I mean? That just doesn't seem real. If LSU wins tonight, I can bet you the Goobs will do everything they can to end LSU season throwing their weekend rotation. Of course, he's talking about Texas A&M. So if LSU beats Auburn tonight, they would advance to Thursday to play A&M. I put you this way, man. Remember, when you get to the teams that have the double bye, they likely already have a top, like A&M likely already has a top 8 seed locked up. So it doesn't behoove them to stretch anybody. They're thinking, all right, how do we set ourselves up for regionals to be in the best position possible? Well, if you effectively allow all your rotation to skip their turn or treat their start like a bullpen day where maybe they go out just throw 30 pitches, I think that probably means more to them than ending LSU season. But you got to get past Auburn first. Now, Marciano from Auburn is going to be on a pitch count tonight, so we'll see if LSU can challenge him early, drive that pitch count up. But Auburn has the deepest pitching staff in the conference, maybe the best in the country, quite honestly. So big challenge for LSU's offense tonight against Auburn. Hey, Christian, good morning. Wade's making everybody not in Baton Rouge big mad. Yes, he is. So I want to be very clear, and I know there's going to be some people who misinterpret this. I am not in favor of Will Wade, LSU, or any school suing the NCAA to gain eligibility after the NCAA has ruled on that player's eligibility. Okay. I'm not okay with Bediako, was not okay with Trinidad Chambliss or Joey Aguilar or anybody. The NCAA's eligibility rules. If you are ineligible, I don't think you should be able to go to a court, sue the NCAA to gain eligibility. Then why do we have rules? Okay. So if the NCAA rules RJ Lewis ineligible, I do not think LSU should go to court to try to make him eligible. Okay, that's one. Two, the other international players that Will Wade is signing, if they are eligible under NCAA rules, I'm okay with it. Even if, we're going to talk about Yamadar, who's 25 years old, was drafted in the 2020 draft, but never played in the NBA and has played internationally. If he's eligible based on NCAA rules, okay. I mean, he's 25. It's an outlier. I'm not saying that's common or something that everybody wants to see, but he's eligible. If he's eligible according to rules, okay. So I have no problem with that whatsoever. I mean, there are pro players. There are Euro pro players all over college basketball. I was looking at this last night. Andy Katz has a list of the top 10 players. This was going into this past season. It was the top 10 international basketball players playing in college basketball. Alex Condon, he was a pro in Australia before he went to Florida. Tomislav Vicevic from Croatia, who's at Illinois, he was a professional basketball player. He's now at Illinois. Dame Sarr is at Duke. He's an Italian who was playing professionally, internationally before he came to Duke. Oscar Clough, you can go on the list. There's tons of dudes that were pro basketball players internationally, then came to the college ranks. They may not be 22, 23, 25 years old, but they were still pros. So if your premise is, if you're against pro basketball players playing in college, well, that happens a ton. Because tons of international dudes are pros who come play in college. And the truth is, a lot of those pro leagues internationally aren't as good as the NCAA, aren't as competitive as the NCAA, but it's the only place for some of those guys to go play. So I have no problem with getting the international players if the NCAA deems them eligible. What I do have a problem with is the inconsistencies with which a lot of people in the media and the public treat Will Wade relative to other players, other people. I don't know if you saw, but Jeff Goodman went on a rant on a show yesterday about Will Wade, basically saying he wishes he never came. He's bad for the game. He wishes he had never come back to college basketball. I went and found Jeff Goodman's podcast the day Alabama got Charles Bediako eligible. And to say it's mild is mild. I mean, this is the clip. Hang on, I have it right here. This is the clip.
Jeff, is it true? I read this morning that Nate Oates a week ago was critical of the Najee taking. Is that accurate?
Yeah, I think he was. I mean, I saw the quotes. I didn't hear him, but yeah, I did see that. I think here's the deal.
But that makes this way worse.
But everybody can be that way. Everybody can be that way until they have an opportunity.
Well, yeah, because if it self-serves your team and
they're all like that. But everybody's like that.
They're all like that. Everybody's like that. Jeff Goodman is defending Nate Oates with the Bediako thing. They're all like that. Everybody's like that. You can say it until it's your team. And then Will Wade goes and signs international players, and he's bad for the game, and Jeff Goodman wishes he never. That's the thing that annoys me, because I don't know how you can hear that and think anything other than it's personal. And I don't know Jeff Goodman. I don't know his relationship with Will Wade at all. But that is a massive inconsistency with how he approached Nate Oates in the same situation and Will Wade. Hey, Brad, good morning. Is there still benefit to doing cold plunge in the afternoon or evening? Yeah, no, you do cold plunge whenever you want to do cold plunge, man. A lot of people like to take a cold shower before they go to bed because it'll reset your circadian rhythm. Now, the thought is it's going to wake you up, which it will initially. It'll wake you up, but then it'll reset your circadian rhythm, and then you'll come back down and you go to sleep. You'll probably sleep better. Scott Ensminger, good morning. Is this morning Scone or instant reaction show? Good to see baseball. Yeah, man. Baseball played late into the night. And it'll probably be late into the night again. But hey, man, you live to play another day. Hey, Bubba, good morning. Craig, gonna have my PD catheter surgery done tomorrow morning so I can start my dialysis treatment. All right, Craig. Well, we'll be praying for you, man. Keep popping in here as you can. Let us know how it's going. Or I know you texted me on the show text line, so hit me there as well if you don't mind. We'll give everybody updates, but hopefully everyone will stop and pause today and say a quick prayer for Craig that all goes well. Tiger Diver, good morning. Survive in advance. Thomas, here we go. Oh, speaking of Thomas, I'm late. Hang on. Here we go. Let's go.
Parish Construction and Roofing. At Parish, we've got you covered. From the top of your roof, all the way down. Parish Construction and Roofing. Parish built. Parish built. Parish built. From your hometown, parishbuilt.com.
Parishbuilt.com. All right. Parish Construction and Roofing. Remember, you need an orthopedist, go to Brock, all the subspecialties. Brock Rock and Wine is coming up in August, returning to the South Stadium Club at Tiger Stadium. Hope to see you there. Get your tickets at brortho.com. Parish Construction and Roofing would love to help you out with a free, no obligation roofing inspection. Had some bad rain last night. If you had any issues with your roof, we'd love to help you out. Parishbuilt.com, parishbuilt.com. Unique physique, unique aesthetics and wellness. That's the GLP-1s, semaglutide, tirzepatide, the weight loss shots, as they're called. Really, they're just peptides that help enforce your feeling of satiety so you don't want to eat. But they don't help you lose. They don't make you lose weight. It doesn't burn fat or anything like that. So if you want to learn more, you can at uniquephysique.com. Restored Motions, restoredmotions.com. And, of course, Bocock Brothers Premium Cigars, code MAT15. MAT15, MAT15, 15% off your order. Patrick, the strike three, catcher drop the ball. You get a chance to get a single out of this if the catcher throws the first rule in college baseball is stupid. That's not in college baseball. That's in all levels of baseball, Patrick. If the catcher has to catch the ball, otherwise it's a live ball. That is a rule in baseball. So got to catch the ball. SPC, let's see, mixed on the general rules recruiting, but hey, there are very few rules, so let's take advantage. Again, I don't mind going to sign international players. Everyone does that. Guys who have pro experience in international ball, I have no problem. I don't care if they're 23 years old, 22 years, 24 years, 25 years. I don't care. Like, if they're eligible under the NCAA's bylaws, okay, that's allowed. Indiana this past year had the oldest roster in college football. Their average age was 23. Average age of, Average age this year was approximately 22 and a half to 23 years old. Comprised of 4th, 5th, and 6th-year seniors and transfers. We're going to go criticize Indiana, or are we going to look at Kirk Cincinnati and say, that's smart. If you're not getting a whole bunch of 5-star freshmen, how about you go get a bunch of dudes that have played 4 or 5 years of college football and get an experienced veteran team that can execute your plan? It worked. There's different ways to skin a cat. So I have no problem going to get international players. I have a problem with when you have ineligible players that you are suing the NCAA to get them eligible. That's Charles Bediako. That's Trinidad Chambliss. That's Joey Aguilar. I have a problem with that. Hey, Rex, good morning. Lots of Will Wade hate going around. Is the distinction of a pro draftee has never played a program, then he's eligible? No, it's not that. If like the NCAA rule is black and white. If you exhaust your college eligibility and declare for the draft and go into the draft, regardless of if you're picked or played, you have forfeited the remainder of your eligibility. Period. It's black and white. Regardless, you sign when you sign a 2-way contract, you are a pro in the NBA or the G League. Like, you sign a 2-way NBA contract, even if you never play in the NBA, you're done. It is black and white. So RJ Lewis went undrafted, signed a 2-way contract. He's done. Like, it's over. He's done. The only exception, like the only possibility he has, is if the NCAA implements the 5-for-5 rule, which is every player would have 5 years to play 5. No more red shirts, no more gray shirts, no more medical red shirts, no hardships. It's just 5 years to play 5, blanket, everyone, same thing. And if he gets grandfathered in the 5-for-5, then maybe he would be eligible. That's the only thing. Like, here's this is Isaac Trotter from CBS Sports explaining that.
Lewis's representation is going to look at the 5-for-5 deal coming from the eligibility model and basically say, hey, he played 1 year at UMass, 2 years at St. John's, 1 year in the G League, did not play NBA minutes. He should be grandfathered in an extra year of eligibility. That's what they're going to make the case. I think they're going to get some pushback, though, because Lewis's deal looks awfully similar to Bediako's.
It's the same thing as Bediako's. So, again, I am not okay with RJ Lewis being eligible. If the NCAA grandfathers him in, then great. If they don't, and they say you're ineligible, I'm done with him. Dustin, good morning. Cole, good morning. Seems like teams play better when all hope is lost. It's amazing what desperation can do, right? Robbie, hey, Dad, good morning. Going to see Crystal today. That's, of course, Crystal at Restored Motions. So book your session, restoredmotions.com. Eli, good morning. If we win this tournament, we need a pool jump on the... You know what, Eli? Deal. If LSU... Normally, pool jumps are reserved for national championships or Tommy White's walk-off in Omaha. If LSU wins the SEC tournament, I'll do a pool jump. Now, Sunday, I'll be in Arizona. So I'll have to do a pool jump at the hotel in Scottsdale. But I'll do it. I just don't think that that's going to happen. Hey, Brian, good morning from sunny Tampa Bay. You think Baton Rouge drivers are bad? These idiots in Florida can't drive. Brian, unfortunately, I think it's probably a symptom everywhere, man. But you would know better than me, man. Hey, Kelly, good morning. Josh, good morning. What's up from Strop City? Bastrop, of course, South Arkansas. Hey, Greg, good morning. Awesome win last night. Keep it going. If not just a game longer, but kill it to lose Schmidt and Serna in one night. Schmidt especially. Look, Serna is awesome. I don't mean to minimize that. I'm just saying if you're trying to get through 5, you had to win 5 games in 6 days, and you were counting on Schmidt to basically eat up a full game for you. What do you do now? So, Braden, I'm not sold on Schmidt. Okay, well, he's your best pitcher. Michael, good morning. Who's available to start? Yeah, I mean, Evans, Cowan, Paz, Williams. You got everybody. Ricken. I mean, like, everybody's available. I mean, it's your season's over if you don't win. So, I mean, everybody's available. Let's see. Morning, Matt. I texted you Monday about having Parish Roofing come look at my mother-in-law's roof. She filled link you sent out finally. Okay, great. Did I? Hey, if text me again if I seem to remember that I replied to that. Text me again if I didn't. Because somebody did text me about their mother-in-law, and I did reply to them immediately, and I told our staff to be on the lookout. But be in touch, and I'm actually heading to the office, the parish office this morning. So let me know if I can help. I'm more than happy to do so. R2D2 743. Let's see. Hey Ryan, good morning. Mickey Loomis press conference was interesting. Cam Jordan, Kamara, Hill contract. Well, yeah. So Taysom doesn't have a contract offer. That's not surprising. He's done. Alvin, look, they restructured his deal. It's everything we said at the time. They used a rare restructure to effectively orchestrate his exit. That feels pretty obvious. Cam has an offer, which Cam hasn't signed, which tells you the whole thing, which we know. He wants a multi-year with more guarantees, and the Saints aren't willing to give it to him. So if Cam gets a better offer somewhere and signs somewhere else, great. If not, he's got a decision to make. Do you take the offer on the table from the Saints, or do you retire? Hey, Corey, good morning. Ron, good morning from West Monroe. Great game last night. Wanted to continue forever LSU. Me too, man. Keep playing. Keep playing ball. Hey, Jason. Q, good morning. Oedicus, have you ever spoken with Curiel about his walk-up song? My wife will hear it from the other room and yell, that song kills me. I have never asked him about his walk-up song. I'm sure somebody has, but I have not. Hey, Shelby, I hate what the NCAA is right now. If this is the world we're living in, LSU needs to play the game. Hold on, Shelby. To be abundantly clear, that's not what the NCAA is. The NCAA ruled Charles Bediako ineligible. The NCAA will rule R.J. Lewis ineligible. The NCAA said denied Trinidad Chambliss' medical hardship. The NCAA ruled Joey Aguilar out of eligibility. The NCAA ruled Diego Pavia ineligible. They all went to court and sued the NCAA. So you can't say that's what the NCAA is. That's what schools are allowing their student athletes to do to try to gain more eligibility so they can win. Cole, Matt Malk was our natty quarterback at 26. Don't see the age issue on age. Yeah, I don't see an issue with the age. I brought up Malk. Look, Joe Lawrence, Zach Von Rosenberg. There's plenty of guys who are older, and Malk wasn't 26, who left, went to like pro baseball and then came back and played football. So let's see. So Malk, I thought Malk was like 22 or 23. Malk's 47 right now. So in 03, he was, let's see, that was 23 years ago. Yeah, so Malk was 20. He turns, so Malk was 22. 22, 23. Chris Winkie did the same thing. Good morning. Baseball team lives to fight another late start day. Donovan, do you think LSU could win the SEC championship? I do not, Donovan. I'm hopeful, but like the odds are super, super slim. You got to go face Auburn's ace tonight. If you win that, then you got to face a rested Texas A&M team. If you manage to beat them, then you'd get Friday off. Then you'd have to come back and win Saturday, Sunday. But if Schmidt's not available, I don't really see a path, man. You will run out of pitching. Like college rosters aren't built to win 5 games in 6 days. Especially when you don't have Cooper Moore, William Schmidt, Kason Evans is limited. They're just not built for it. Mike, good morning. TJ, good morning. 152 down. Let's go. Hey, Deborah, good morning. TJ couldn't finish my text before you played it. We got to get going. Weston, Jacob, Trivia, good morning. One more. DJ from the Best Bank. I cold plunge in the evenings after workouts and runs. Tried mornings early, just not for me. I would caution you not to cold plunge after a workout. And the science is that when you work out, your body is pumping blood, right, to oxygenated blood to the parts of your body that need to recover. If you get in cold water, everything constricts. So you stop the recovery blood flow to those areas. So people used to cold plunge like after a workout to help with inflammation, which it will help with inflammation, but that's only about 15% of the benefit. It actually reduces a lot of the benefit if you cold plunge after a workout. So evenings are fine. Would not recommend after a workout. Got to get this one in, Jeffrey. Good morning, Matt. I'd like to wish happy birthday to my lovely wife, Michelle. Well, happy birthday, Michelle. It's a great way to end it. Hope you are having an awesome birthday. Hope all of your birthday dreams come true. Blow out those 22 candles and have an awesome day. Craig, we do work in Texas. Where are you? We actually have an Austin, Texas office open now. So where are you in Texas? Let us know. All right, I got to go. Thanks for watching. Y'all have an awesome day. Locked on LSU is live, AFR3, all the sponsors linked in the description on YouTube, tagged on Facebook. And we're on podcast now.